Hi, I'm totally not named Dan, though you can call me that if you want. And today I'm back with another Digimon video, because EX01 is here. Unfortunately, though, my usual Digimon partner, Jotakumon, is not. So instead, I have my other buddy, Yuna the sheep, here with me today.
Yeah, I've got my own box here.
Yep.
Yeah. There we go.
And we can actually show that off. So, you want to crack into it?
Yeah, sure.
Jota insists that I eat the plastic off mine.
Let's just move the promo out of the way, because we both got the same.
Oh, we have promos, you say?
Well, we got the box topper.
Right.
It's weird, the box topper for this.
And the box topper's not randomized this time?
No, it's one being a War Greymon all art.
Huh.
But it's also what you get for buying the gift box, which is why, because this is my second box.
Oh, yeah, that was the thing. There's no point getting the gift box because you get the thing in the box. Unless, of course, you want multiple copies, in which case the gift box is the cheaper way of getting it.
It's like I may buy two just to get the full set of War Greymon, plus I want the tokens that come with the gift box because they just look cute. Because that was going to be my original way to open this box until everywhere not having it as well. I think in the UK, we're the only Smiths and Waterstones are allowed to sell the gift boxes.
Weird.
Which have never been used to known for cards.
Oh, there's a really interesting sort of camo-esque shine on that. I don't know if you can see on camera. No, you can't. And I don't think I really want to open it up right now because that will devalue it. And I'm realistically not going to use this War Greymon because it's just an alt of an earlier War Greymon. But
yeah, it's BT2.
Yeah,
it's good for the blocker reboot deck, but that's.
I mean, it's a nice, slightly weak mega with some great abilities, and it is really nice art and rather nice foiling as well.
Yeah.
So I'm in no way disappointed with that, but I'm not realistically going to use it.
Can make it two more just for collection's sake, but I'm likely never going to play it. I guess at best, but I'm grabbing this type.
Yep. Well, first thing I notice in the pack... Actually, no, that's not the first thing I notice in the pack. Huh. It's a card at the back. Do we... Oh!
Yeah.
We don't have the memory cards.
Yeah, there's no memory gauges in this set.
They're actually listening to my complaints and taking them on board. They're not wasting cardboard.
It's because when you buy the gift box, which is the main thing they want people to buy for this, you get a special memory gauge with it.
Yeah, but there's no point in them including them in the booster packs anyway, because who's going to buy 2 booster packs and instantly start playing? That's not how the game works. Not how any card game works.
Oh, that's a very good first pack for me.
Oh, well, you want to show us the first things you got?
Well, I pulled one of the last rares I need, being a Vmon.
Oh, you're just going to show us the rares, okay.
No, it's actually just one of the few that I need, but I also pulled a Hercules Cabriteriumon Super Rare, which I also needed. And I have 2 out of the 4 I need.
Yeah, I got one of those from winning the tournament last night.
Ah, nice. I may need to trade that from you.
Oops, all Greymon is a stupid deck.
Wait, did you win? Did you say you won?
Yeah, I actually went 3-0 with Oops All Greymon in locals.
Oh, yeah. So you finally got those promos?
Well, I got most of them. So my first thing is an Ikakumon, which is, your turn, this Digimon can also attack your opponent's unsuspended Digimon with no Digivolution cards, which is nice, and I think it's actually one of the abilities from one of my custom cards, amusingly.
I think it is. Yeah.
Then we have an Elecmon, a yellow Elecmon this time, so I guess is supposed to go with the Leomon in this set. It's a 2k3 cost, but nobody really cares about that for rookies unless you're running Rookie Rush. As an inherited effect, though, on deletion, one of your opponent's Digimon gains security attack -1 for the turn. So, like Tinkermon, but as an inherited rather than as an innate ability.
Yeah.
Garurumon, 7k, 7 cost ultimate, 3 to Digivolve, so fairly standard stats. When Digivolving, though, you draw an extra card. And when attacking once per turn as an inheritable, if you have 8 or more cards in your hand, you gain a memory. So that's fairly nice for blue. I mean, it's nothing absolutely amazing, but it's good stats and stuff. It's just all round reasonably solid. Then we have a Palmon, 1k rookie. On deletion, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon with 5k DP or less. That's fine, I guess, but...
The suspending is nice, especially with the whole Tentum Online stuff, this wanting to pierce a bunch.
Yeah, but the on deletion of your rookie is not ideal.
Yeah, Say the Rosemon, which is an uncommon in here, is okay, but there's a better other megas to run for the deck. But just when attack it underspend is pretty nice, because then if you have Rosemon and Hercules Kabuterimon, you can attack with Rosemon first to spend something to get the Kabuterimon effect off.
Metal Tyrannomon. When Digivolving, you may reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, add 1 level 6 with Machine and its traits among them to your hand, then trash the remaining cards. So this just basically fills your grave for the Machine Dramon and finds the Machine Dramon, or Mugen Dramon if you prefer.
I do prefer it being Mugen Dramon.
Fair enough, I'm fine with either. But we could always call it Infinity Dramon in between the two. Or just Inf Dramon.
I've never heard anybody call it that yet.
No, but that's how the Japanese would actually translate. So this also has opponent's turn as an inheritable. When this Digimon has Machine in its traits, it gains reboot. So this goes underneath your Mugen Dramon, your Machine Dramon, to give it reboot. And it doesn't go underneath it by Digivolving, it goes underneath it by Machine Dramon just fishes it out of the grave and sticks it under himself, because he's like that.
Yeah, which is very fitting for how he's meant to be lore-wise.
Then we have EX01, which is just, I mean, it's a fairly nice jamming champion. It could be bigger, but at the same time, it has the advantage of it can Digivolve from both green and blue. Yeah. And again, its size doesn't matter as much because it's got jamming. And it also gives jamming to anything with free in its traits or Imperial Dramon in its name that digivolves from it.
Yeah. With the entire line, if you stick to it.
Curious thing. Only has jamming during your turn as an inheritable, whereas it has jamming all the time as itself.
Yeah. It's weird thing. I don't know. Stingmon here the same. Like, it only gives you piercing on your turn.
I don't know if that's ever going to matter, but it's interesting.
Like, it won't ever matter. Stingmon itself has piercing all the time, and then just inheritable, it gives it piercing.
We have a Keramon. For each other Digimon you have in play with the same name, the thing that digivolves from this gets 1k DP. So, I mean, kind of meh, but could be useful for that ridiculous Eosmon deck that's going to come out in BT8.
The one I'm building.
Then we have Plesiomon, one of Gomamon's 2 different megas that they've never quite settled on. 11k, 11 cost, 3 Digivolution, so cheap for a mega. Your turn, once per turn, one of your opponent's Digivolution cards is trash, draw 2. Nice, but I'm not sure how much you need the draw once you've already got your mega on board. And then, also, during your turn, this Digimon can also attack your opponent's unsuspended Digimon with no Digivolution cards, so same as that Akakumon we had earlier. Gatomon.
Just a vanilla, mostly.
Yeah.
Then it's inheritable.
Yeah, very classic Gatomon art. It is only a 4-cost champion, so not bad in that regard. When attacking once per turn, if you have 3 or more security cards, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 2k for the turn, as it's inheritable. That's fine.
Yeah.
It's an early game thing. Not amazing, but it's fine. Edamon, 7k ultimate, so a bit weak on the ultimate side possibly, but 8 cost, 3 to Digivolve, and then your turn, when it Digivolves into a card with Edamon in its name in your hand, reduce the memory cost of the Digivolution by 1, so it lets you get to that Metal Etamon more easily, but, I mean, even then, it's a weak Digimon that just can't be blocked, so, it's fine. Inherited effect, though, while this Digimon has Edamon in its name, it gains jamming. Okay, so that makes up for it being a weaker Digimon, as long as your opponent's not allowed to backswing it, maybe you have some good blockers around to protect it. Then I also got that Vmon. What's this Vmon do? As an inherited, once per turn, when this Digimon becomes unsuspended during your main phase, you gain a memory. That's adequate.
It's good in both Vmon decks.
Ooh, and I got Seraphimon.
Nice.
You know what Seraphimon does? When Digivolving, you recover 1, and then during your opponent's turn, while this is suspended, all of your security Digimon get plus 5k.
Jesus.
So it's basically 2.5 of the good 2-cost TK, as long as you keep attacking with it. Which, you know, is a bit of a drawback, because it means it's more removable, but as long as you can protect it, that's silly.
It's not the weakest, but it's not exactly the strongest either.
No, 12k is a pretty average strength for a mega. But the problem is, your opponent can go into ultras, whereas if you want to keep that effect, you can't.
Yeah.
Gomamon trashes a source on play, specifically a bottom source.
Yeah, but it does come up where you do want to get rid of the top or the bottom one with some big...
Yeah, sometimes you want to get rid of a specific one and it can help, but... Then we have a new Gardramon, which is, interestingly, it's a blocker that cannot attack at all. but it's a 6k blocker for a 5 play cost and 2 Digivolutions. It's another one of those, but rather than costing 2 to attack, it just can't attack. However, the upside is as an inheritable, and weirdly enough, it's a when attacking inheritable. So when attacking, you may trash 1 Digimon card with Machine or Cyborg in its traits in your hand to draw 2.
Again, meant to work with that Machine Dramon.
Filters your hand, works with that Machine Dramon. Also, though, could potentially do a lot for Commandramon, because all Commandramon are cyborgs.
Yeah, we're just giving Jota more tools.
Yeah, we really are. Then Ikakumon. Oh, yeah, we've had that one. Togemon, 4 cost 5k, so not bad at all for a champion.
Yeah.
Inherited effect, your turn once per turn. When one of your opponent's Digimon becomes suspended, this Digimon gets plus 2k for the turn.
I think a lot of the level 4s are 4 cost here. Except for weirdly Devimon.
It makes it an interesting draft set, as people have pointed out, because it means the champions only cost 1 more than the rookies, and there are no eggs in the set. So, if you're playing sealed with this, the rookies are almost irrelevant.
It also makes Analog Boy, which is normally a very good rare, completely useless.
Analog Youth.
I still don't like the name. Why couldn't they just keep Boy?
It does seem a bit weird, because the character is very much a boy. But, whatever.
Just gonna get Analog Man.
I do like the glowy background on this, by the way. They do them on most of them, but I do like it. Togemon, it's going to be good for creature combat, that. And you stick that under a Lilamon or a Hercules Kabuterimon, you Digiburst to suspend a thing, and then you just go straight in and you trash their stuff with a giant monster. Yeah, you can take down an Ultra with that. Not much trouble, I reckon.
Yeah, it's a card I'm thinking of putting into my Hercules Kabuterimon deck.
Then we have my personal favorite card from the set, the new Devimon. It's a 5 cost, 2 to Digivolve, fairly standard stats. It's a 6k, which is a nice size for it, though. That is a good size for a champion. And no effects of its own, but an inherited effect of, on deletion, return 1 purple level 4 or lower Digimon card from your trash to your hand. Note that that can include itself. So as long as you can get it to ultimate every time, you can just recur this over and over and over and over and over. So I'm actually thinking of going down from the 8 champions that were giving me trouble because I wasn't drawing enough in my Devimon deck to 6. Because this just, you see it all the time. And worst comes to the worst, I do have ways to fish it back up as well. It's insane.
Yeah, it really is.
Then we have Megadramon, which is a 7 cost, 7k. Digivolves from black or from red for 3. Can't digivolve into the Machine Dramon, interestingly. Though it will still go under Machine Dramon because it is still a cyborg type.
Yeah. I guess you're not really meant to digivolve into that Machine Dramon, so that's why.
Yeah, potentially.
Because you only get you grab everything on play, I believe.
Yeah, you do. This one also has an on-play effect, though, of delete up to 2 of your opponent's Digimon with 3k DP or less, which, honestly, kind of utter garbage, because who keeps around a rookie with less than 3k?
Yeah, and it's like, not even good against rookie rush, because they mostly just play the 5k rookie.
Yeah, they mostly play the big rookies to get round blockers.
It's why the 5k blockers I've not liked as much anymore, for that reason.
I mean, the only reason I run the 5k blockers is because they're Devimon and the other ones aren't.
It's like I play it in my Vmon deck purely because it did a lot of big memory stuff in there. So
yeah, and it helps to have that low memory early on as well.
Because I think all my level 4s, but that costs 2.
Very few of the level 4s cost less than 2 to Digivolve. It is mostly those blockers.
And then,
Green has a few more really things, but...
And then there's like just that really cheap stuff.
This also has an inherited effect, by the way, of when this Digimon has Machine in its traits, it gains Security Attack +1. So if you do manage to get that under your Machine Dramon, it's going to make it even better. Then we got Garurumon, which is a 5 cost 5k, 2 to Digivolve, and inherited effect of when attacking once per turn, you can play a Matashido with a play cost of 3 or less from your hand without paying its memory cost. Sadly, doesn't work very well with a lot of the mats, but it will play Bond Mat at no cost.
Yeah.
So if you have 2 Gabumon and 4 memory... Actually, wait, no, you would have to go to Ultimate for that, so this is not ideal. If it had that ability on the champion rather than as an inherited, that would be excellent for the Bond, because you just go straight into this, attack, play the mat for free. Your other Gabumon would give you a memory, and then you'd use the mat to bond and win game.
Yeah. I think the Gabumon, they're starting to play in the Gabu Bond. Because when attacking Inheritable, you just search a Tamer or a Gabu.
Yeah, but... well... yeah, I mean, maybe that's a good one, but it's just... the issue here is that you have to go to Ultimate to do this. You do not want to go to Ultimate in a Bond deck.
Yeah.
You want to commit to that Bond.
If you do, you go into the Ancient Garurumon for Logomon.
Yeah, for your backup alternative to Bond, because double Ancient Garurumon attacks 6 times and is insane.
Yeah, I've lost more games to Gabumon to Ancient Garuru than I have
to actual Gabumon. Yeah, likewise. Because I did come up against actual Gabumon last time, and it was just, there were so many points where I'm like, right, if they Gabumon now, then I just backswing them with Ogubond next turn and win. Gabumon is not that scary. I mean, sure, it's good if you're not playing an aggro deck yourself, but if you don't care about your actual board position, then it's not going to hurt.
I just play meme decks half the time, so I lose most of the time anyway.
Well, I thought the Oops All Greymon was a meme, but apparently not. Certainly, I'm not allowed to call it one anymore at locals. Then we have a Lilymon. Oh, 6 cost 7k. That's not too bad. 6 cost Ultimate is actually pretty good.
A lot of the cards in here are fairly cheap.
Yeah, and they're well statted as well.
Yeah, it's like the Devimon is like more costly by like 1, but it also is more bigger than the rest of them.
Well, I mean, the Devimon I was playing was a 3k that deleted a 4k on play or something. So this is bigger than that even. It's bigger, it's the same cost, and it does way, way more because it just recurs itself absurdly.
Yeah.
So yeah, this Lilymon is your turn once per turn. When one of your opponent's Digimon becomes suspended, it gains security attack +1. Personally, I'm not sure I like that. I mean, I guess it makes sense in the same way the Togemon does, but for an ultimate, that's just security attack +1, but gated behind something that's going to require you to Digiburst it away, potentially. Or to spend memory.
Yeah.
Then I did say things were statted well in this set, but that's a 10k for 11 cost Metal Edamon. So that's not the best of stats. What's it do? I guess it Digivolves for 3, which isn't too bad. So your turn, for each Digimon with Etamon in its name in your trash, the Digimon gets +1k DP. Okay, so it's strong on your turn.
Yeah.
And on deletion, de-Digivolve one of your opponent's Digimon. That's going to be a pain to deal with.
Yeah, it's like, it's weak, but you also don't really want to kill it.
Yeah, although de-Digivolve 1 isn't nearly as bad as de-Digivolve 2 or 3. Because you can potentially just Digivolve back up in that turn.
Yeah.
Then we have one of my favorite cards from the set as well, which is utterly busted. You will have seen it on stream already in our pre-EX01 stream. This is Leomon, 5 cost, 2 to Digivolve, 5k, just nice stats for a champion, and it's got no effect when you play it, no effect when it's in play, no inherited effect. All it's got is a security effect, which says, basically, after you've lost this card from your security, if you have 3 or fewer security cards, recover +1.
Yep.
So it's a recovery security effect on one of your Digimon, which is already great, but Cherubimon exists from one of the earlier sets, which says when attacking, if you have 3 or less security, just put any Digimon from your trash on top of your security. So you go to 3 security, you attack with Cherubimon, you put Leomon on top, Leomon comes off when you get attacked, and then it sees, oh, you're back down to 3, recovery +1 again.
Yeah, it's a really good combo.
Busted.
I also got one in my second pack, funny enough, as well.
Yeah, I might want to run that. Because it's just very silly. I don't think it's actually a winning deck, because you eventually just mill out from all the recovery you do. But you don't die.
Yeah.
You know, you just sit there going, nah, 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 can't touch this.
Until they attack more than once per turn.
Oh, they don't do that if you have 4 copies of Purple Kari in your deck. That's why you run Purple Kari in yellow.
And yellow TK, the good one.
I mean, you could run that, but why run that when you could run Seraphimon?
Because you make a Leomon just mega buff, so it kills everything.
Yeah, well, Seraphimon instantly makes it a 10k.
True. But why not make it 12k?
Yeah, why not do both? Sure. The answer is space. Having space in the deck is the problem, because you can't go above 50 cards, even though the deck really wants to.
I feel like we really should have 50 to 60 would really help with Digimon. Like,
Potentially,
not have
yeah.
no limit, but like 50 to 60. There's so many times I've wanted to put in like
I do
2
find
cards.
maximum limits real weird, though. I know you come from Yu-Gi-Oh! Where it's the norm, but...
Yeah, after that certain incident that everybody knows about.
Yeah, but it's just the thing is, I've been to tournaments with a 248 card deck in Magic and nobody bats an eyelid at it. And there was a similar incident in Universus where a really early character that has long been out of standard format was a 3-hander that could just search their deck every turn and just have that as their hand. So they just showed up with something like a 3,000 card deck and went, right, this turn I'm having these cards because they counted that character. This turn I'm having these cards. And just basically a silver bullet deck of pick whatever they needed whenever they needed from every card that was on symbol.
Jesus Christ.
So, I mean, that character got banned quickly and nothing like them has ever been printed since. But
yeah, I can imagine.
Just the idea that that was legal and yet Yu-Gi-Oh! Had a problem with a similar deck that didn't even find useful cards. Just shuffled a lot.
I think that was more because of time rulings.
Yeah, but I mean, it still takes time to search your 3,000 card deck for 3 cards every turn.
True. I don't know how university is with time ruling, so...
And they have something like 50 minutes to an hour for a 2 out of 3 round. And you can go to that. I don't tend to go to that in person, but in every online event I've gone to that a lot. Including when I've been playing aggro decks.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we should probably get on to reading Baptism of Fire. I've tried a fair bit, but we keep getting sidetracked. It's a 3-cost option, red. Its main effect is delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 6k or less and blocker. So that's very specific, but it deletes all the classic blockers. Then securities just activate that main effect. So yeah, I think that's... I mean, getting rid of your opponent's blocker is good, but this just seems so specific.
And it's like, I think we already have like cards like Atomic Blaster and things there. It's just it's expensive to play and such. So I get rid of 8k across the board.
Oh, Atomic Blaster is a 5-cost rather than a 3-cost, but it gets rid of 8k split between any number of Digimon, so it's way better.
My other rare was just an Ogremon.
Aww.
Time to open the third pack.
Does Ogremon do anything?
When attacking, you can track 1 card in your hand. It gains security attack +1.
Okay.
And
that's
then
not too bad. That's going to go very well in the trash all your stuff deck.
Inheritable of when attacking, you can trash to gain 2k.
Then my next one starts with a Wizardmon. It's a 5-cost 3k, which is air, but it has retaliation, so this can just swing into a Mega or an Ultra and just delete it.
My pack also started with Wizardmon.
Huh. Cool. Did it follow up with a Hagurumon?
Nope, mine is Danjamin.
Okay, so you do have a different pack. Nice. This also has an inherited effect. Your turn, all your Digimon with retaliation gain rush, which is going to be insane in the retaliation tribal deck if that takes off. But retaliation tribal, I mean, it doesn't do it for me. I certainly can't fit that into my current Dandevimon build.
Yeah.
And I kind of want to see a Wizardmon that helps Gatomon from the grave somehow, in reference to Adventure 2.
Yeah.
So, Hagurumon, 3-cost rookie, 2k, Digivolves for 0 like most rookies do. On play, you can trash a Digimon with Machine or Cyborg and its traits in your hand to draw 2. So this one, yeah, you only get that effect once, but you don't have to go to Ultimate to do it. So yeah, it's just a 3-cost rookie that draws you cards, filters your hand, puts your Mandramon in the discard pile. Definitely going to find use in that deck. Jota's going to love this one.
Yeah.
But also, yeah, it does work with Machine Dramon as well.
And
it might even be worth mixing the two.
This Biomon's pretty good. Just inheritable of when you attack, draw a card.
Let's see.
Just
show it to the camera, you know?
Nothing really to it on the field, just a 3 cost to play. 2K is fairly weak because you're inheritable of just you attack with something, you draw a card. And drawing
Yeah.
a card is always just nice.
Yeah, that's pretty neat. People go out of their way to get the eggs that will draw them stuff as much as possible. So if they can just draw something every attack with their champion and above, that's great.
And Red's not exactly one to just not just swing.
And then, speaking of things that we disagree with the English name of, here's Tapirmon, or Bakumon as it really should be known, given that it's based on the mythological creature and not the regular animal.
Danjamin for me, which we've already talked about.
Tapir/Bakumon is a 3-cost rookie with inheritable of your turn once per turn, one of your other Digimon is deleted, draw 1, which is fairly good for purple.
Yeah.
Actually, really good for a purple rookie/champion rush. Digivolve that, just throw all your rookies at the opponent, draw up for all of them. Oh wait, no, it's only once per turn, but still. Garudamon. When attacking once per turn, when this Digimon attacks a player, gain 1 memory. That has an inheritable, but I mean, it's a 6-cost level 5, so you could just play it down and Digivolve from it.
Yeah. I got a Zudomon.
Okay.
When Digivolving, you trash 1 from the bottom of your opponents, which is good for the Hexablow deck, and then your turn. This Digimon can also attack unsuspended Digimon with no sources. So it's 8k, so it's decent for level 5.
Yeah. 8k for level 5 is pretty alright. I would say 7k's baseline.
Yeah, I think 7's base, 8 is normal, and then 9 is strong.
Well, I mean, if it's below 7, it's weak, but 7's alright still.
Yeah.
Then we got Kurisarimon, 4-cost champion with 5k DP, and your turn once per turn as an inheritable. When one of your other Digimon with the same name as this Digimon is deleted, you unsuspend this one. So that's going to be nutty with the promo Diaboromon.
I got a Palmon, which is just on deletion to spend a 5k or less.
Pentamon, 2k rookie for 3-cost. Inheritable when attacking the next time one of your Digimon digivolves into a Digimon card with Insectoid or Ancient Insect and its traits this turn, reduce the memory cost by 1.
Making things cheaper is pretty good.
Yeah, also it's an interesting effect. We've not seen anything like that before.
We've seen it sort of with when you digivolve from a certain thing, make it cheaper, like the Garurumon and the Greymon, but nothing that did it from the level 3. I got an XVmon, which we've already talked about.
Yeah, well, we've had a few things that when attacking can digivolve, but this is just when attacking it makes your next Digivolution cheaper, and I don't think I've seen that on anything at all before.
Yeah.
I got that Biomon that you mentioned earlier. You do only draw the card when you attack a player, but I mean, most of the time you're going to be doing that anyway.
Yeah.
It's only green that really wants to do creature combat.
Yeah, it's a guy got Kabuterimon, which goes hand in hand with that Tentomon. Being just when you attack, you can Digivolve. And it's a 2k, it's a 2-cost level 4, so fairly cheap to Digivolve, or fairly standard.
Oh, then we got another Mega, an 11-cost 11k, which, you know, a little bit weak for a Mega, but then again, it's also cheap for a Mega. Rosemon.
I think she buffs herself anyway.
Yep. She buffs herself 100 for each of your opponent's suspended Digimon during your turn. And then when attacking, suspends one of your opponent's Digimon. So, yeah, when attacking, she'll always be a 12k, but on the opponent's turn, she'll always be an 11.
Yeah.
I say always be a 12k. Always be a 12k or above.
Yeah. I got a Digimon, which we've already talked about.
Fair enough. I don't remember it, but sure.
Digimon is, when attacking, you can delete a 3k or less.
Okay, as an inheritable.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, then we have Gabumon, which is, again, it's another 2k rookie for 3-cost with a when attacking once per turn inheritable. They seem to do that for every color. Reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, get a Tamer or one Digimon with Gabumon in its name from among them to your hand, rest go on the bottom. Okay. Yeah.
I got Magnadramon, which
I also got Magnadramon, which, yeah, people love for yellow. Doesn't fit in my yellow deck, but it's an interesting one. Yeah, when Digivolving, you can just unsuspend this by trashing the top card of your deck, and given that it's a 3-cost Digivolve, it's quite reasonable that you could Digivolve it, unsuspend it, and still be able to attack with it.
Yeah.
So as long as you have a nice big ultimate, you do get 2 attacks there. And then when attacking, if you have 3 or fewer security cards, you get that security back.
Exactly.
So yeah, it's objectively a great card, but it just doesn't work in my yellow, because my yellow is all about doing that Cherubimon nonsense.
I don't even have a yellow deck built at the moment.
Then we have Emergency Program Shutdown, which is a 3 cost. Your opponent can't use option cards until the end of their next turn. Now, this is ambiguous, but what it actually means is that they can't play option cards. It doesn't mean that they can't activate the security effects of option cards. Otherwise, that would be absolutely busted, because it would just be a better delicate plan.
Yeah.
Its security effect is your opponent can't use option cards this turn, or for the rest of this turn. Then add this card to its owner's hand so you can then play it on the following turn. And keep them locked out for 1.5 turns.
My first rare was just a Baptism by Fire.
Ah, Baptism of Fire, okay. And then Metal Garurumon, 11k, 11 cost 12k. When digivolving, gain 1 memory for every 4 cards in your hand. So it does cost 4 theoretically, but realistically it's never going to cost more than 3. And it could go down to nothing if you have a stupidly large hand.
Yeah. Well, in Alt Force, which is the other big hand deck, I once had a hand of like 20 cards.
At which point you'd actually be gaining memory.
Yeah. Granted, that was a very like stupid, crazy thing, but I've often had like 14, 15 cards in hand, a deck like
Well,
that.
if you can hit 16, this guy is completely free.
Yeah.
And then when attacking, if you have 8 or more and a Tamer in play, you get to return one of your opponent's Digimon with an on-deletion effect to the bottom of their deck, trashing all of its Digivolution cards, completely regardless of how big the creature is, or what level it is. It's going to take some work to make that work, I think, but I do think this Metal Garurumon is going to do something wacky.
It is one way to stop war defeats.
Yeah, it is. It's also one way to stop Dandevimon, annoyingly.
I got
and Craniumon,
Kuwagamon, which is start of your turn to spend a Digimon with 3 Kalos.
Oh, it's the card.
Not exactly the best skill, but it does put online like the Hercules Terrymon and such.
Oh, cool.
Plus, you're pacing with a deck, so you've already got something you know you can hit over. And then inheritable of when you delete an opponent's Digimon by battle and you survive, one of your opponent's other suspended Digimon doesn't become unsuspended the next turn, which is useful for things like
That is useful,
blockers.
yeah. Then we got Andromon, which is Gardramon's ultimate, so obviously it works with that. When digivolving, you can reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, add a level 6 with Machine and its traits among them to your hand, and trash the remaining cards, so it finds your Machine Dramon, and then puts other things in the trash for convenience. And then its inherited effect is opponent's turn. While it has Machine and its traits, it gains Blocker. So it's clearly meant to go underneath Machine Dramon, or Mugen Dramon.
Yes. I got a Hagurumon, which we've already talked about.
Then, speaking of which, we got the Gardramon again, along with the Gomamon that we've seen before.
I got it in Kakamon, which I'm not sure we talked about, but like the...
Yeah, I think it was my first card.
Ah.
So it's been a little while, but we did talk about it.
We talked about Electmon, Devimon.
Don't believe we mentioned this Stingmon, though, or at least we didn't show it off.
Yeah.
2 cost Digivolution, level 4 green, comes from green or blue, 6 cost to play, 5k, has piercing. During your turn, gives anything Digivolve from it that has Imperial Dramon or free in it, piercing.
The first card in my pack we haven't talked about is Myotismon.
Ah.
Which is your turn. Well, a Digimon Digivolve into a card with Myotismon. Its name reduces cost by 1. And then inheritable of while this Digimon has Myotismon in its name, all of your Digimon with retaliation can also attack your opponent's unsuspended level 4 or lowers.
Nice. I have another 3 cards that we've seen. And then an Agumon.
Boy, Agumon.
Which is this exactly the same as the Gabumon?
I believe so.
Yeah, it's exactly the same as the Gabumon, but for red. A Agumon.
Yeah, he's literally just Agumon and a red tamer.
Yeah. Wait, but is it find an Agumon or is it find an Agumon in its name? Oh, it's find an Agumon in its name, so it can find Agumon Expert and it can find Agubond. So that's a thing. And we have Dinobimon or Dinobimon. I think it's probably meant to be Dinobimon because it's half dinosaur, half insect, but I just like the idea that it's Dinobimon. Because that sounds silly. So this is the ultimate of those two. 3 Digivolution cost from either green or blue, 8 to play, 7k. When digivolving, if a card with 3 in its traits in this Digimon's Digivolution card, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon with 5k or less. And your turn, one of your Digimon with Imperial Dramon in its name deletes an opponent's Digimon in battle and survives, gain 1 memory as an inheritable. That's reasonable.
My first rare was in Infamon.
Oh, I haven't got to my rares yet. I got a Gabumon first.
But what Infamon does is opponent's turn. Once per turn, when an opponent's Digimon digivolves into a 5 or higher, gain 1 memory. And then inheritable of all your other Digimon with the same name get plus 2k.
Was that a once per turn to gain the memory?
Yeah, once per turn.
Oh, that'd be so annoyingly powerful if it wasn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and I got good old Analog Youth.
Boy.
I want to get him to go with Analog Man.
Yeah.
Because he was such a good boss in Digital Card Battle. Oh, I loved the story of that game. So, Analog Youth / Boy is on play, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, add a Digimon card among them to your hand, trash the remaining cards, which I swear, that should be what Terriermon Assistant is doing.
Yeah.
Why does Analog Boy / Youth get to find any color when Terriermon Assistant, whose whole thing is researching different types of Digimon, doesn't?
Yeah.
Then, all turns, when one of your level 5 or higher Digimon with Digivolution cards is deleted, you may suspend this tamer. If you do, gain 1 memory and hatch an egg into an empty space in your breeding area. Which is weird, but potentially means you can do a strange ultimate rush, where you go to ultimate, attack in, if it dies, you just bring out another egg and digivolve that as fast as possible to get to ultimate again the next turn.
Yeah.
Curious
and I
card.
Wasn't any of a turn as well, so it can help you.
Yeah, it can help you on your opponent's turn as well. It can help you claw the turn back if they delete your stuff. Maybe you have an ultimate level blocker. That would be a nice interaction with it. And he's only a 2 cost, so
cheap.
Nice and easy to play. Great source of white, though personally I think I still prefer Takumi.
Yeah, Takumi, because one, just the extra draw is nice, and stopping Rookie Rush a little bit is always a bit nice as well.
And then we got the Mega Kabuterimon, level 5. So let's see what that actually does. 7k, 3 cost. When attacking, it can digivolve into a Digimon with insectoid range and insect in its traits in your hand for its digivolution cost, minus whatever Tentomon wants to minus it by.
Yeah.
And when it deletes an opponent's Digimon in battle and survives, you gain a memory as an inheritable. So yeah, that's alright. That's, you attack your opponent's Digimon, you, as an inheritable on Tentomon, get -1 to the cost, you digivolve straight into your Mega, and then your opponent's Digimon dies from your Mega, and you gain a memory back.
And then there's also, you can run Stigmon and Ken, which both also do gain a memory when you survive a battle with an opponent.
Jeez, because you're already gaining 2 of your Digivolution cost back, and there are some Megas that are only 3 cost, so you're basically getting a free Mega at that point.
Which I'm guessing that's why things like the Hercules that I pulled before was 4 memory. To kind of stop that as much. But I think we had it happen on stream before where I did gain all 4 back from 1 attack.
Jeez.
And my last rare was win rate 60%.
Oh dear.
The worst version of Hidden Potential.
Yes, because it costs you 2 to do it and it only gives like -4? Or is it -5 that it gives to memory cost?
4. But if you have a tamer and play its any color, next time one of your Digimon digivolves, you can trash a Digimon of the same color in hand to reduce its cost by 4.
Yeah, so you're paying 3 cards to basically get a free Mega. Then we have the new Salamon, which is when attacking once per turn. It's that one. It's the 3 cost, 2k, inheritable ability one. If you have 3 or more security cards, you draw a card.
My first 5 we've already seen before.
Nice. We've seen the Zudomon before. We've seen Stingmon before. Ooh, a new Metal Mamimon. What does this do then? It's a 7 cost, 7k, 3 Digivolution, level 5. When digivolving, you may reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, add a level 6 with machine in its traits among them to your hand, trash the remainder. So it's basically it's Andromon again. And then when attacking as an inheritable, if this Digimon has machine in its traits, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with a play cost of 5 or less. Okay, so that's a nice way to stop Machine Dramon being blocked.
Yeah. I pulled a Wagurumon.
Ooh. I think I had him earlier, but Just remind me what he does.
When Digivolving, draw one, and then inheritable of when attacking once per turn. If you have 8 or more, gain 1 memory.
We had this guy in the first pack. He doesn't do anything special, but he's good all round.
Yeah.
Then Gomamon. Ooh, the new Devimon that sadly doesn't work in my deck.
Yeah.
It's a 3-cost 2k, but rather than inheritable, this one has retaliation. And sadly, your turn, while you don't have a Digimon with Myotismon in its name in play, this Digimon can't attack your opponent's Digimon. So I can't work with that because I need enough Devimon to do Devimon things with Dan, and I can't afford to be playing around 2 different names in my deck. Actually, 3 if you count the Impmon stuff. So while I love that retaliation, unless there's some way to make my Digimon able to attack on my opponent's turn, that's just not a good card for me.
I pulled a Patamon.
Oh, and he's revealed the top 4 to find an Angel, Holy Warrior, or a...
It's
Holy
Angel,
Dragon,
Archangel, or 3 Grey Angels.
Okay.
In its traits, place the remaining at the bottom of the deck. Which also means it didn't just search like the Angimon, Angiwoman stuff. It can also even search things like Lucemon and his
but it can't search Magnadramon because that's a dragon. I believe it searches Cherubimon, though, which is quite sweet.
I think it does.
Then we do have the Angemon to go with. 2-cost Digivolution, 6k6. Inheritable when attacking. Once per turn, if you have 3 or more security cards, the Digimon gets plus 1k DP until the end of your opponent's next turn. Nice that that counts for your opponent's turn, so it gives it a bit more defense. But ultimately, it's only 1k. It's not anything amazing.
I pulled the Greymon.
Ooh.
Which is just like the Garurumon, where it's just 2 to Digivolve, 5 to play, but the inheritable of you may play attacking me with a play cost of 3 or less from your hand, or paying its cost when you attack. Which again, you can play it in Ogubond or your Oops or Greymon to play.
No, I can't, because that would require me to go to Ultimate, and going to Ultimate is far from optimal in that deck.
Oh, yeah.
If that ability was on the top rather than in the inheritable, that would be absolutely amazing. But as is, that's garbage for my deck.
Yeah, and we've already seen Lilymon, so I am on.
Have we seen Kabuterimon?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, because I think we've done the whole line now for...
Oh, yeah, that's the when attacking. Oh, that's when attacking you can Digivolve again like the other one. Huh.
Yeah.
Then we got the Ogumon again. Ooh. Idemon or PMon, depending on which version you want to use. 12 cost 11k, only 3 Digivolve though, which is nice for a Mega. On play, delete one of your opponents. Delete 4 of your opponent's level 4 or lower Digimon. Jeez.
That's real rookie rush hate.
Yeah, but it's also champion rush hate.
Not your
that shuts down Oops All Greymon.
Maybe I'll have to build that deck then.
And then your turn, once per turn, one of your opponent's Digimon is deleted. Draw 1.
It's okay.
Yeah. No, he seems pretty good, actually. Emergency program shut down again. Oh dear, we got Giant Ice Wall. I know it just says Ice Wall, but the Universus card's Giant Ice Wall. I wish I could show you that, but sadly it's not out in the UK yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, this basically says Breaker 2, and then Breaker 2 on all your opponent's attacks if you play it on their turn.
Mine is, I got Fight for Your Pride, which is the Myotismon option, which is main. For 4 costs, play 1 purple level 4 or lower Digimon from your trash. If you have a Myotismon in its name in play, one of your Digimon gain blocker for the turn. Security, you just play the level 4 Digimon. I guess if it's a retaliation deck, block is pretty nice to put on them. And then I got a Tyrannomon, which I don't think we've seen yet either.
Ooh, what's that do?
He can go from green or red.
Yep.
And then when Digimon, if you don't have a tiger in play, you can play it without it playing its cost.
Oh, you get a free tiger. Nice.
And this Digimon is also always treated as green. And then
so it's fake multicolor.
It's Tyrannomon in its name, and then inheritable, gain 2k, so not the worst. For a deck that I believe Tyrannomon wants to pierce.
Yeah, I believe it does. Tyrannomon likes attacking Digimon, certainly. I have Metal Mamamon again. The Jamming XVmon again.
I think we've seen Gomamon. Yeah,
that real nice Salamon again. Yeah, we've seen Gomamon.
Seen Kurisorimon.
Metal Tyrannomon again.
I don't think we've seen
Devimon again. No, I actually show us just in case. Gurumon again.
Paramon here, which is 3 Digimon you have in play with the same name. This Digimon gets 1k.
Yeah, we've had that.
In Metal Mame. We don't think
Tantamon.
we've seen Phoenixmon though. Here they are.
Ooh.
12 to play, 3 to Digivolve. Security attack +1. When the Digimon attacks the player, draw 2 cards.
Yeah, alright. That's pretty good.
We've seen Plesiomon, we've seen Gatomon.
We haven't seen Boltmon. 12 cost, 12k, 4 to Digivolve. That's not ideal, especially for this set where a lot of the megas seem to be 3 costs. But it's a classic Frankenstein's monster design. Reboot, and then when Digivolving, de-Digivolve 1 on one of your opponent's Digimon.
I got Tails Dramon for my first rare, which is when Digivolving, if it has 3 in its attributes, unsuspend, and then while the Digimon is inheritable, it just can't be blocked during Pildramons.
I got Magnadramon and Yearmon again. And then for my first rare, we got Infamon. Ooh. It's an 8 cost, 7k, 3 to Digivolve, which is fairly standard for level 5. Opponent's turn once per turn. When an opponent's Digimon Digivolves into level 5 or higher, gain 1 memory. And then all turns, all your other Digimon with the same name as this Digimon get plus 2k.
My last rare was just another analog youth. Well,
I will say, one thing I want to really note about this is, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but the eye, specifically, of the inherited effect icon glows in the foil.
Ooh.
And that's just beautiful. Really stands out. Oh, I got Alt Art Greymon.
Nice. That's the first secret rare we've seen pulled so far.
Oh, that's really textured, though. I'm not sure how I feel about that. But we'll set that aside, and I'll sleeve it up at the end of the video.
Azudamon we've seen. Garudamon we've seen. Have we seen Metal Tyrannomon?
Yes, we have.
We've seen Sting, we've seen Salad, we've seen Boku,
we've seen
Mega.
Gardro, we've seen Alek, we've seen Ikaku, we've seen Toga, we've seen Mega Dramon, we've seen Andromon, we've seen the Devimon, though it's always nice to have more of them.
Nice. We've seen all my pack but my last card.
Well, we'll look at that in a second then. We've seen the Dino Beamon. We saw my Otismon, right?
Yeah.
Ooh, Skull Greymon using almost identical art to the last one, which is a bit peculiar. So, what does Skull Greymon do? Security attack +1 on an 8k level 5. That's not bad. End of attack, delete this Digimon, though. On deletion, you can play an Ogumon from your trash, suspend it without paying its memory cost. Oh, that's weird. That's real weird, but I guess you play the 5 cost one and delete their rookie, right?
Yeah.
And this can Digivolve from red as well as from purple, which is really quite nice.
Going with the whole Dark Evolution theme.
That actually almost seems worth running in Oops All Greymon. Just because you get the cost back or more when you pick up an Ogumon from your trash.
Yeah.
And it has security attack +1. So you're hitting for 2, you're getting the cost back or more, and then you're Digivolving to Greymon again. However, the Digimon being suspended actually means it's vulnerable, so maybe that's not ideal. And then we've seen Mega Kabuterimon. So what was your rare that we haven't seen?
Well, it's not a rare. We've seen the card, but I got my first secret rare.
Oh, you got the alt art of that. Actually, what's the rarity on my alt art?
Mine's a common.
Mine's an uncommon. So they're doing alt arts of non-rare cards now. That's interesting.
I guess it's just for this set because they want to have the...
Yeah, they want to show off the iconic 90s nostalgia ugly art.
I probably won't use that one, but I feel like we know someone who might want that.
For Asarimon, where Garurumon, Leomon, Keramon. Oh, that's a different art of Palmon, isn't it?
No, I think I showed that one.
No, that's the same Palmon I had earlier. I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, cool.
And, we've seen my entire pack now. Because I pulled Mega Kabuterimon and a Tyrannomon.
Hey, I got a Ho-Omon.
Nice.
That's Rosemon.
Skull Greymon.
Yeah, and then that's the different one. Oh, and that's just the Garurumon, but in a really nice alt art instead. Yeah.
So I guess we've seen both your secret rares.
I see what this is. These are the original Beepet Digimon, aren't they? Yeah. Oh, that's wonderful. Cool. Now I know what they are. That's really cute. Oh, I love that. That's going to be worth a ton in trade to the local Gabumon collector.
Yeah. But I guess that's both of your secret rares done now.
Well, maybe. If 2 uncommons count as all my secret rares, that kind of sucks.
Well, I've got a common so far. We've seen. Seeing all of mine, but we do have a new one at the back.
Okay. Oh, we got a Lady Devi.
Ooh.
So Lady Devi, 7k, 7 cost, 3 Digivolve, fairly normal for an ultimate. When Digivolving, though, you may trash the top 3 cards of your deck. Interesting that it's a you may and not a you have to.
Which will help late game.
Yeah. It'll stop you from milling yourself late game, which is nice. And then your turn once per turn as an inheritable. When you play a Digimon from your trash, which purple does like to do, gain a memory back. So suddenly your night raids give you 1 cost rookies.
My final card.
Okay, yeah, let's hear your final.
War Greymon, which is a super rare. It's 4 to Digivolve, so kind of high for a 6. When Digivolving, it does have Blitz, though.
Nice.
And then when attacking, if it attacks a player, if you have a Tamer player, which if you've gone into the Greymon, you will have, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with blocker of any level.
You say it's fairly high. 4 is a fairly standard Digivolution cost for a Mega, but also it doesn't cost 4 to Digivolve. It costs nothing to Digivolve an attack with, and then you pay. That's how Blitz works, essentially.
Yeah.
So it's essentially a free attack that deletes a blocker.
It's a better version of the option on attack.
Yeah. What I have is Ultimate Connection, which is a 1 cost. You may trash a level 5 Digimon card with Cyborg and its traits from your hand, gain 2 memory and draw a card. So basically it's just gain 1 memory, draw a card at the cost of 2 cards from your hand, but one of those will then go under a Mugandramon, so it's ultimately helpful. On security though, you don't pay that 1 cost, so it is actually gain 2 memory if you have the right card in hand, which still makes it worse than Ice Wall, which just gives you 2 memory, but it's in black. Black always gets the worst options, and it helps with the game plan a lot.
Well, you say that like Ultimate Flare is bad.
Okay, yeah. Black occasionally gets something really stupid good.
They're either bad or insanely broken.
And then we have Analog Youth again. You know what he does. Megadramon, Devimon, Ikakumon, Elecmon, Andromon, Togemon, Machinedramon, not Machinedramon, Metal Tyrannomon, that's it. Hey, the Patamon, nice.
I'm gonna say that Machinedramon.
Greymon, Garurumon, a secret rare, you say? Then why does every card tell you that it exists?
To sell you the set.
Oh, we got the Paledramon, which I believe you had earlier, but here's a better look at it, I guess.
Yeah, because I'm only a little screen.
Yeah. Ooh.
For my...
I got the Imperial Dramon Dragon mode.
I need 4 of those.
So 12 cost Mega with 11k DP. Only 3 to Digivolve, which is surprising, and can come from blue or green like the rest of his line. When Digivolving, if a Digimon with 3 in its traits is in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, unsuspend this Digimon and suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. Wait, so it gets to unsuspend and then attack when you Digivolve into it as well?
Yep.
And then...
you can give it piercing.
For each color in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, it gets plus 1k DP. So that's guaranteed to be a 12k then, quite reasonably a 13, and if you put a little bit of extra work in, you can go beyond that even.
Plus Ultra.
So he's going to start rivaling Ultras. So yeah, plus Ultra. God, this guy is busted.
It's why I want
he's not that
him
busted,
for my
but he's
deck.
busted.
I got a super, but we've already seen it being Metal Garurumon. But yeah, I maybe have to try to trade that from you.
Yeah, I can see why.
Because I love me some Imperialdramon.
Yeah.
I believe with the first deck
and that's a darn good one. I believe so. And we have a Stingmon, a Weregarurumon again, Keramon, Gomamon, Metal Mamamon, Salamon, Wizardmon. Ooh, Metal Edamon. Did we have him? Yeah, we had him.
Ooh.
Patamon, Greymon, Ogremon, which we talked about earlier. He's a 6 cost, 2 to Digivolve 5k. And yeah, we talked about what he did before. He's quite nice for the discard cards deck, but not much else. Oh, another Leomon. I've got 2 of that now.
My first with a 5 for your 5, but then a new card is super rare. Danjamin.
Nice. What's he do again?
3 to Digivolve, 8 to play. Level 5. When attacking, if you have 3 or more security cards, gain plus 4k. until the end
Okay.
of your opponent's next turn, so he gains it on their turn as well.
Oh, sweet. So he's basically a
Again,
12k as long as you're in the early game still.
Yeah. And the inheritable is when a card is added to your security, gain a memory.
Oh, geez. Yeah, all right. He's good.
Yeah. No wonder they made him the super rare, not Serefi. Well, Serefi's still pretty good himself.
Yeah. Yeah, he is. But he doesn't do anything too complicated or anything.
Yeah.
Baptism by Fire and Danjamin. I don't think we've shown you Danjamin yet.
I think I got her, and then
Well,
just
let's see. 8 costs, 7k, Digivolves for 3. When attacking, if you have 3 or more security cards, one of your opponent's Digimon and all of your opponent's security Digimon get minus 3k for the turn. So, essentially a 10k unless they have multiple large blockers.
Yeah. And
so, fairly safe to attack with her. And then, once per turn, your turn is an inheritable. When a card is added to your security stack, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 2k for the turn. Which is, I mean, it's fine. But it's almost worth just staying as her, because she's basically a 10k.
Yeah.
And has the ability to delete rookies.
All of my pet we had already seen. Just a Fight for Your Pride again, and an Ultimate Connection. I think I've seen 3 Fight for Your Pride in half a box.
You've seen 3 Fight for Your Prides in the last 4 booster packs, by the sounds of it.
Pretty much. So I get a Fight for Your Pride or a super rare in those last couple of packs. I think we've seen all the common and uncommons at this point.
And we've seen Kawagomon, right?
Yep. And I got an Ice Wall and an Emergency Program Shutdown, which we've already talked about.
Oh, another Baptism by Fire. Yeah, Ice Wall is real good, though.
Yeah. I feel like Yoda might try and put that in his deck.
Did you not see him playing online? He's already put it in his deck.
Oh, God. He needs to be stopped. So, you know, all of these. Seraphimon and
yeah, I wish he could be here for this, to be honest, but it wasn't going to happen because
Digimon we've seen, but I'm happy to see because I did.
He's in Cambridge on business.
More.
Oh, hey, Metal Greymon.
Oh, we have not seen that yet.
Yeah, 7 cost 7k, so not bad for an ultimate. And Digivolves on top of either a black or a red for 3. When attacking, when this Digimon attacks a player, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 4k DP or less.
Nice.
And then your turn, while this Digimon has Machine or Dragonkin in its traits, it gains Piercing. So gives Piercing to both Machine Dramon and to War Greymon. Which is an interesting combination. Oh, and it's come packaged with Skull Greymon. So we got 2 different 2-color, essentially, ultimates that come from Greymon in one pack. That's real neat. Yeah. I like that pack.
Yeah. I'm happy about my rare. I got my last Vmon I needed.
Nice.
I think it's now literally green stuff I need. Other than Imperial Dramon.
Well, you're welcome to trade my Imperial Dramon. Let's see what we got here. I think you all saw that emergency program shut down at the back. And I'm not going to spend time looking at that because we've had that already. Oh, we've also had Ice Wall already, but Ice Wall is amazing.
I got a Baptism by Fire of my other secret rare.
Ooh.
Altar.
Just Altar Gatomon, yeah.
We both didn't get the best secret rares in this so far.
Well, none of them have actually been rares, even.
Yeah, mine's an uncommon.
So if those do count for the secret rare slots, that's garbage.
Yeah.
I at least had 2 uncommons.
I was hoping to try and pull Imperial Dramon Altar.
Oh, Ultimate Connection and a Magna Angemon.
Ooh, yay! I'm happy about one of my cards I pulled. I got my own Imperial Dramon Dragon Mode.
Oh, nice. Nice. So we got 2 between us.
Yep, just need 2 more.
It was fairly likely because this is a small set.
Yeah.
By the way, I wasn't too worried when the first part of this video went on for a while because I knew we'd just be going through cards that are all the same afterwards.
Yeah. Like, what? Between the last, 6 packs, we've had, 2 new cards and, they've been a rare and
Hey, I got win rate 60%.
Nice. I got an Ogomon and Infernimon we have already seen. I don't even think I'm due any more hollows.
Well, we'll see.
But I think I pulled 5 super rares now. in 2 secrets.
God, all these packs are just the same stuff now. Oh, but we got another Seraphimon, which is nice. And I got a Vmon of my own.
Nice. I got a Paildramon and a Metal Greymon.
Right, and what's in this one? Garudamon, Salamon,
A Vmon and a Seraphimon.
I got a Birdramon, which is nice. Is that another Ogremon? Yeah, it's another Ogremon, and another Infamon. Have I got 4 Infamon now? I think I've got, I've got at least 3.
I know I've got at least 4 of that.
If we're getting play sets of rares and super rares, there's something wrong with this set.
I got an Angie Woman and Emergency Sit Down. So I did actually get an extra super rare because she's a super rare.
Nice.
I think.
Oh, what's this? Oh, that's Fight for Your Pride, right? Well, at least I get to see it properly.
You've only seen me pull it 4 times before.
Yep. And there's Tyrannomon.
4 at least, anyway.
But yeah, we're both getting play sets out of this.
Yeah.
I wish mine wasn't. Cards.
I wish mine wasn't the purple option, but
yeah.
I got Emergency Shutdown and an Ice Wall Witch.
Well, I wish mine didn't specifically go with a like 200 quid promo.
Yeah. The Ice Wall Knights, I think I pulled 3 of those from this box alone. Granted, with how rares are in this set, I think they're all like £1 each at most. Ooh,
hey, I got the War Greymon.
So they can have a better look at it.
Yeah.
I'm running out. I really should have stopped throwing these in the bin, but my desk is now kind of littered in booster packs.
Oh, mine always is. I mean, 1 second, let me show you the mess right here. If I pick up this camera and just look at that. Look at all of that.
Oh, Jesus. What's in this pack then? A bunch of commons and uncommons we'd already seen. But I think that's my first Skull Greymon and another Mega Caboterimon.
I got another Bakumon, that's nice.
I believe I needed more Mega Caboterimons, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, I'm happy to trade the ones I have if you still need more.
Well, I think it's like 2 I need to hopefully.
Metal Greymon and a... Is that Dino Beamon or no, it's Paildramon?
I got an Ultimate Connection and... Oh, wow. I got a 3rd secret.
An actual secret or an alt art?
Actual secret, because it is the namesake.
Oh, it's the Machinedramon. You want to tell people what he does?
He can either go from red or black for 3 cost and it's 12 cost.
Yeah, but he doesn't do anything if he does, so it's not really worth it.
Yeah. On play, you may place 5 red or black cards with cyborg in its traits and different card numbers, so you have to have 5 different from the sound of that.
Yeah, you do.
From your hand or trash, and you gain a memory for each place, so he's 5 cheaper if you do that. And then all turns, his DP can't be reduced, so sorry, yellow. And then all turns, when this Digimon would be deleted, you can trash 2 of the level 5s to just keep him from being deleted.
Yep. And yeah, you gain memory for each one that's put under him, so I believe he costs 8 if you fully stack.
Yeah, which an 8 costs level 6 of that magnitude.
I mean, it's a lot of cost, and it requires a fair bit of setup, but it is definitely worth it.
Yeah.
Also want to mention, this is my 5th Devimon, I think, in these packs. So I've got more than a playset of a card, which doesn't feel great, especially as I traded for 4 last night at a tournament.
Oof. But yeah,
I now have 9 of them.
Pull a secret rare again. Ooh.
And then...
That's the card I need.
Yeah, so 12k for 12 or a 4 Digivolution cost, which, yeah, a bit much for this set, but it's fairly standard for Megas in general. Your turn once per turn. When one of your Digimon with Insectoid or Ancient Insect in its traits deletes an opponent's Digimon in battle and survives, you may unsuspend this Digimon. I guess that includes itself, right? It doesn't say one of your other ones.
Yeah.
And it is an Insectoid. And then your turn, for each Digimon card with Insectoid in its traits and this Digimon's Digivolution cards, it gets plus 1k DP. So this is potentially something stupid. 1 second, let me think it through.
If she go, I don't think
3,
there's an
4,
egg.
5. Yeah, the eggs don't have types like that. So it's only going to be a 15k, but even so...
That's beating Omnimons and such.
It's tying with basically the highest of Ultras.
Yeah.
That's stupid. Especially as
Mega
it's going to
Cavity.
cost you probably 1 to digivolve into it with all the
He's going
effects.
beyond plus Ultra.
Yeah.
Mega Cavitariumon is All Might.
Yeah.
Does that make is he Deku then?
I could see it. This is my final pack.
Same here, and I got an automated connection and an analog youth.
That said, I could also see him being, not Kurogiri, is it Lightning Boy?
Denki.
Kaminari, that's it, because he's a thunder god.
Yeah, Denki Kamen. I just always call him Denki because that's his nickname.
But, yeah, I could also see him being him because he's the electric kid.
Yeah.
And he is kind of dorky. But he's lovable.
Yeah, we love a good Izzy.
Yeah, nothing new in my last pack, sadly.
Oops, I dropped the card trying to put these slightly away. Yeah. Free common, they probably got like 3 playsets of now.
Yeah, I got at least 3 of Analog Boy, for example.
I think I might have a full playset here.
I might.
1, 2, 3. I pulled 3. But weirdly, like the Mega Cavitariumon, I think I only pulled 1 of that. And that's a rare. Oh no, wait, I pulled 2. I think I pulled 2 of like most of my rares. Oh no, things like Kuragamon and Leomon, I think I only pulled once.
I think I only got 2 Leomon, but I might have got a 3rd. But just, I don't know, I'm used to getting 1 of anything foil.
Yeah.
Maybe 2 if I'm really lucky, whereas this, I'm getting playsets.
Yeah. I guess it's good from like a deck building standpoint, but
yeah,
from a market value, it's going to make things very skewed in this set.
What am I going to trade to get the bits I need? Because people are going to have what they need already, surely.
Exactly. Well, if they've opened packs...
But also, I don't really want to open more packs, because they're just going to be the same cards I've already got.
Exactly. And it's like, I wasn't planning to open like these boxes. I was going to get 6 of the gift boxes, which is 6 times 4. I was going to be opening like 1 box of this, and to be fair, that would have been at least one of all the super rares I needed.
Well, if that contained 4 packs, which I think it did, in 4 packs you got 3 of the same rare, if you remember, so...
Yeah, granted it's probably one of the worst ones, but you never know, that could have been like an analog youth or one of the or Ice Walls or Payodramon is probably going to be a pretty good rare.
Yeah.
Because Impildramon's going to play it.
So, gameplay-wise, seems like a great set because everything's just statted really nicely, and the abilities are still fairly solid. Collectors-wise, I mean, cards aren't going to hold much value, I don't think, but they're nice, and certainly there's the nostalgia element for this art from the original card game. Personally, my nostalgia's more for the second card game, the one that went along with Digimon Tamers. But I can appreciate the ugly 90s art still. It is very of its time. And, you know, I don't hate it. I don't like it, but I don't hate it. And I can appreciate what it does.
I really like this old Machinedramon. It does look really nice in this style.
Yeah, actually, because it's halfway between the new clean style and that really gritty, ultra-realistic style they like to use for alt arts that I find hideous. But it hits the balance point and works quite nicely.
I don't super like this Gatomon. I think it just looks a bit kind of
Gatomon's a classic. It's the Agumon that's veiny and weird.
What, you mean this one? It was just on the top of my pile.
Yeah.
I guess Tapiamon does look pretty cute as well.
Yeah, Bakumon looks alright.
Yeah, it's like I feel like a lot of the bigger machine ones look really nice in the old set, but a lot of the more cuter Digimon.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. It's the cuter the Digimon, the worse it looks on them.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's alright.
Old style Terriermon.
I'm still looking forward to the other sets, but I mean, this one offers some cool stuff, and as said, it's gonna make my Dandevimon deck insane.
I feel like this would be a really fun draft set.
Interesting, because we were talking right at the beginning about how there are no eggs here, so...
Like, the eggs mess with it a little bit, but
Well,
Because
no
it's
eggs
all-
means you can go for a 4-cost champion almost as cheaply as a 3-cost rookie.
Plus, I also like the fact because it's all mostly just full lines going up, you could sort of mesh two things together and have like two half-baked strategies for it, which could be interesting.
I feel
Which
like,
you never really get that in the other ones.
I don't know
like,
if it'd be good for draft or sealed, but
it would be a fun one.
it would be interesting because you would get so many of the same cards that it would be a more consistent draft or sealed format.
Yeah.
Even though you'd still have to deal with what you're dealt and not just play what you want like you would in standard.
Yeah. It's like in BT5 when you got the if you got a Nokia or two and then like hopefully some of the Agumon and Gabumon stuff. It'd be like that, but more to an extreme.
Wasn't BT5 the one with Zwart defeat though?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I got that, and my opponent attacked me on turn 2. Zwart defeat came down, deleted their Digimon on my turn with its attack, and then they never managed to deal with the fact that I just got a free Ultra on turn 2.
Yeah. Well, sometimes even full decks can't just easily deal with his Wart.
I found in Standard he never really came down often enough, but in Sealed I saw him every single game, and he was broken.
It happened to me twice. It was the best of 3, and all 3 rounds he came down out to Gucci and they had 1. So they either said their deck or just got very lucky. I always have awful luck against Zwart.
I've had really great luck in Sealed in general. Sealed has always gone really well for me.
BT4 was my Sealed one insane for that. I pulled 2 secrets in 3 super in 6 packs.
Nice.
And one of the secrets was Lucemon.
wait, no, I had a Lucemon in my Sealed as well.
We both did.
And I got all the support for it.
The thing is,
I was actually genuinely playing free Lucemon from my trash in that.
I never used my Lucemon. Like, because I just never used it. One of my secrets, because it was like the Agunimon, I had no tamers whatsoever, so I couldn't even do the whole effect of, go on top of a tamer.
Nice.
So I had enough level 5, so I was just like, I'll just keep this safely sleeved away.
Well, I think we've rambled for a bit, but yeah, definitely go out and enjoy Sealed as well as playing the game standard and opening packs and stuff. And do catch us on Twitch, where every first Friday of the month we have our look at what Digimon sets are upcoming and what decks we can build with them and stuff. See you then, everyone. Bye.
Bye.